Hello, fifth graders. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We are working on idioms that have to do with luck in the spirit of St. Patty's Day. So we learned push your luck to do something or ask for something, especially something you have done or asked for before, when this is likely to annoy someone or involves a risk. Knock 'em dead is used as an imperative, which is a command sentence, to give encouragement, to strongly impress someone. Today we have luck of the draw, luck of the draw. So here is the four-leaf clover representing luck. Here is someone drawing. This is actually a drawing of someone drawing. So literally that's luck of the draw. The origin story for luck of the draw has to do with raffles and lottery, where you don't get to decide if your card gets chosen or if your number gets chosen or whatever the case. Then it's random. You don't get to decide, you don't get to pick. So it comes from that. So and it figuratively means that as well. The result of chance rather than something you can control is luck of the draw. So it's a result of chance versus something that you can control. So there are things that you cannot control that are luck of the draw. For example, if you do, let's say, enter a raffle, you don't get to control it. Maybe your number is spun around on a ticket or something, and if it gets pulled, then you win. There's really you don't get to control it. So the sentence here is, the soccer teams were made by luck of the draw. We didn't get to decide. Okay? So that's the idea there of luck of the draw. So if somebody says, oh, it's luck of the draw, that means you don't get to decide. It's random. We're working on cultural, critical. Okay, so we learned cultural, belonging or relating to a particular society and its way of life. Critical, if you're critical, you criticize someone or something. And to criticize, again, means to express your disapproval of someone or something, or to talk about their faults, all meaning characteristic of. So, because we have the word culture, we have the word critic. A person who criticizes is a critic. So this makes the word into an adjective. We have the word globe. So now we have global, characteristic of. There is a global demand for the COVID-19 vaccine. The whole world needs it so we can protect each other. What does global mean? It means affecting or including the whole world. Okay? So we're in this global pandemic, right? We're in this, the entire globe, the entire world is experiencing this pandemic. So then there's a global demand for the vaccine. There's a global interest in making sure that everyone is doing their due diligence so we can stop the pandemic globally. Great. We're working on the Greek root chron, which means time. Chronology, an account of events in the order in which they happened. A chronicle is a written record of a series of events, especially historical events, written in the order in which they happened. So now we have the word chronic. Chronic. Two definitions here. A chronic disease or illness is one that continues for a long time and cannot be cured. Or there can be a chronic problem. So a chronic problem is one that continues for a long time and cannot be easily solved. So here's a visualization of a person who has a chronic cough. Okay. Sentence for the chronic disease or illness definition. Older people can have chronic illnesses and need lots of care. So if you have a grandparent who has some type of chronic illness like diabetes or Parkinson's disease, it's something that cannot be easily cured and they need a lot of help. Okay? Now let's look at a sentence for chronic problem. If a student has chronic absences or tardies, Mr. Romero will call home to have a parent conference with them or to have a conference with parents. So if somebody is chronically tardy or chronically absent, this means it's a recurring problem. Recurring meaning continuing. So it's a continuous problem. So we call that chronic absences or chronic tardies because it keeps happening many, many times. Okay? So there can be a chronic problem. For example, our nation has experienced a chronic problem in terms of voter suppression. This is a continuing problem in our country with making where sometimes groups make it very hard for people to vote, right? So that's actually in the news now because there's legislation trying to make it harder to vote even. For example, not allowing mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots is great for people who work. Or not allowing voting on a Sunday. Many people in other states vote on a Sunday because they're not working on Sundays. So this is a chronic problem, and it continues to be in the news. It continues to be part of legislation. You might remember the word legislation. We learned that before, meaning law. Okay, fifth graders. So Greek root chron, chronic. We have the word global, and we have luck of the draw. Happy St. Patrick's Day.